Hello, hello, beautiful love light. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to my channel, Heart Rhythm Healing. I'm Jamie. I'm a certified Reiki master and self-proclaimed spiritual maestro. I view myself as a conductor standing in front of you, beautiful symphony of love lights, conducting all of the energetics that exist all around us all the time. Welcome. We are talking today about the Mayan Galactic Calendar and the fact that we find ourselves on a yellow galactic star day. So again, we have those two tones of creation amplified, or that one tone of creation amplified today. Sorry about that. And I missed y'all. I didn't come in yesterday. It just didn't pan out with my schedule yesterday. Had too much going on. So anyway, and it was a blue resonant hand day yesterday. But today we're going to talk about the Yellow Galactic Star. So before I dive into that, we are going to start at the top level of the timeline that we are spiraling through. Well, probably not like the top, but it's one of the levels that I want to bring into our awareness moving forward. And that's that we are in a 13-year wave spell of the White Wizard. And the code keys of that wave spell, so for the next 9 years, we're going to be kind of like low-key being asked to hold the consciousness of these 3 words and like recognize that it's being woven into the pattern of those days, that spiral that we're cycling through, right? So that is enchantment, receptivity, and timelessness, which I really feel is kind of cool. Like it's so, yeah, there's a lot of things about the fact that that's what we're spiraling through that have made sense to me, like looking back 4 years in time and all of the things that have like come to fruition, at least in my own personal experience. It makes sense that those are the code keys that are being like really anchored in throughout these next, throughout this 13-year span of time. So I guess it would have started in 2009. Anyway, so that's the top level of the 13-year wave spell. The next level, so we're 4 years into that White Wizard annual, like year wave spell. And this year is the red self-existing moon year that we find ourselves in. So we have the tribal qualities of the solar tribe and glyph of the red moon, which are very, in my opinion, right? It's just an opinion, are very divinely feminine. And those code keys are purifies, universal water, and flow. And then we kind of have that like juxtaposed next to the tone of creation that we're in, which is the self-existing tone that my opinion is, I really feel like the code keys of self-existing tone of creation are more sacred masculine. And those are define, measure, form. So we have those code keys that are really being cultivated throughout this year. And this year, as far as the galactic calendar is concerned, wraps up July 25th, 2023. So that will end, and then we'll have the day out of time, and then we'll launch into next year's, which I think we've talked about this before. Let me see if I don't know if I can remember or figure it out. We'll see. Why not? Maybe one of y'all knows. Okay, so Yellow Electric Human is the last day, and then we go into red, would be red self-existing, right? Skywalker. So yeah, next year it's my tribe, y'all. It's going to be the white. Is it overtone? White. Here it comes. Oh my goodness, really. You'd think that I would know this better by now. I'm still learning. Yes, overtone. White overtone wizard is the year that we're going to spiral into come the end of July. So that's kind of exciting. It's going to be my tribe. Anyway. Okay. So that's the year. Then we have a 65-day season. We find ourselves in the white northern dog season of heart, really diving into and spending quality time with our emotional body, the emotional patterns that we have, and yeah, just really like unpacking and spending time with that. So we were in the red Eastern serpent season of instinct, where we were really spending time in the body, right? Our physical, primal self. And now we're in the realm of the heart. So the code keys of that are loves, heart, and loyalty. So those code keys are kicking for the next 40 plus days. I think we're 40 to 50, somewhere in there. We're a few days into that spiral of time, this season. Then the next level we have is the 52-day castle of time, which initiated with the new galactic spin. So when we get to the end of the castles, the 5 castles, we spin into a new galactic matrix spin of time. So that happened, 10 days ago? Is that right? 8 days ago? 8 days ago. So the red Eastern Castle of Turning is what we've spiraled into. Again, we entered the Dragon Genesis. So I'm going to go back to the red dragon. I'm going to read those qualities. I'm feeling like, again, those are important. Well, especially because of the wave spell that we're in, right? So that red dragon is bringing in the code keys of nurtures, birth, and being. So it's this idea of initiating, right? Where the red Eastern Castle of Turning, it's in the court of birth and initiates a seed. And so there's a lot of energy of initiation. Like, what are you seeking to bring into, to birth and manifest into the physical? Gain clarity about that over, like, we're going to be cycling. So the wave spell that we're currently in, we're wrapping up. So we're on day 8 of the wave spell out of 13 days. So we have, was that 5 more days left? I think that's the math anyway. 5 more days to really kind of anchor into and gain clarity about, what is it that we're seeking to initiate? What do we want to bring what do we want to manifest? What do we want to bring into this world, right? But also understand, like, that dragon genesis and the red Eastern castle of turning, which is sort of like tilling the soil, right? Like really like preparing the way for these, for the seed to be planted and begin to be like nurtured and come into being, really. So that process is really going to be happening strongly for, I don't know, what's 52 minus 8? 44. So we have 44 days to really like anchor into that. Like, what is it? Spend some time with yourself. Get really clear about what is it that you really want to, like, who do you want to be and what do you want to bring into the world? And if you, this is going to be my shameless plug for the day. So if you want energetic support in allowing yourself the space and opportunity to gain that clarity within and harmonize with your highest expression of self, there's a link in the description box below to 2 places. The harmonic.us, which is my own personal, like, Mighty Network group that I'm building. It's free. I do meditations in there every Monday. You're welcome to come into that space and hang out with me on Mondays to meditate. Or if you want energetic healing, life force energetic support, I do that in the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble, which is it's a subscription fee of $19.99 a month, but you get that, like, intentionally coded life force energy sent specifically for you every day. Every day, that energy is coming to it, whether you're aware of it or not. I send that energy to you. That's the relationship that we enter into, is I hold space for you and your energetic healing and growth, which spirals into mental healing and growth, emotional healing and growth, spiritual healing and growth, energetic healing and growth, and even physical healing and growth. Like it's all of the things. Um, and I have big plans for that space. But again, it all takes, resources and capital, right? So my starting point is I'm doing what I can and that sharing that life force healing energy on the daily. And then as we grow and I have those resources to sow back into y'all, that's my plan. I want to turn around and like bring other voices into that space and really have it be a full spectrum, because that's the idea of light. Like it's the full spectrum light, um, sharing that and pouring that into everyone. And it's a collaboration, right? It's not just about me, although I'm the seed, I'm the initiation point in this space. So I'm starting where I can, and the more that we grow that space, the more, I mean, we'll be able to grow and cultivate a beautiful, bountiful harvest of elevated, ascended light beings, light workers, way showers, rainbow children, indigo children, like all of these new earth beings that are cropping up, right? Like it's just going to continue. Like we are in the infancy stages of all of this. And it's so exciting. Like, and it's going to be tumultuous, right? So through that really like up and down roller coaster ride, if you want energetically at least to receive those transmissions to help you sort of, again, stabilize, harmonize. I'm learning a lot about the physical body because I'm studying to become a personal trainer, because I love the gym so much. And I'm learning about like stability and mobility and how you have to like work both of those when you're doing strength training, is your stability, and like you need both stability and mobility, right? And I really feel that within like an energetic space, like we need stability and we also need to be able to move. I mean, holy smokes, thank you. It's the sacred masculine and divine feminine, right? Like we need that stability, we need that structure, and we need that flow and that mobility, right? Like it all flows together. So if you are finding yourself, what's the word I want to use? Waffling, maybe being overwhelmed by like gaining that clarity about what it is that you like, who it is you want to be, and what it is that you want to birth into the physical plane or manifest. Come into that space, hang out there for a few months and just see what happens. See how things begin to shift and shake and sort for you. See if it's a fit for you. Again, please don't misunderstand me. Like you coming into these videos, that's enough, more than enough. Again, I truly believe that our time is the most precious gift that we can share with one another. It's also very creative. That's enough for me. However, if you are in that space of like unsureness, right? Like not being super sure, or like really like desiring, like, I want to know who I am and what I want to like bring into the world, but it's just so overwhelming, because it is overwhelming. Check it out. Come over into that space, and it's going to cost you $20 a month. But check it out for a few months and see what you think. And, or, check it out for a month. And if you don't like it, no harm, no foul. You can opt out and no longer be a part of that group. Or you can, save yourself some money for a year. Try it for a year and you save more than 1 month's worth, because I like repeating numbers. So I set it up where I think if you got I think it was 10%, 20%, I think 20% off. I don't remember the numbers. It doesn't matter. You save money if you do it for a year. So if you want to see and just track it for a year and see what happens, you can do that too, or not at all. But anyway, if you are, just unsure in a space of like, it's so overwhelming, please come and check out my space and see if that maybe begins. I believe it will powerfully help you. However, it's, I mean, we all live in our space of belief, right? And if you believe in the power of energy healing, I feel like it should be a no-brainer. Like, you get life force healing energy sent to you every day for $20 a month. Like, if you already know the power of energy healing, that's my thought on it, right? Like, that's how I feel about it. And again, like, spirit put it on my heart, or it might have even been my ego, right? At the time, like, I wanted it to be affordable. That's why I created that space, so that people could receive this potent, powerful life force healing energy, that divine white, intelligent, healing light, to flow to and through all of the people that allow me to, to share that with them. Like, I wanted it to be affordable, because energy healing is expensive, in my opinion. Like, to go, I mean, one session is like $100 for an hour. I just feel like that's, and the people who really need it, sometimes they don't have that kind of disposable income, especially not now in society. So again, I wanted to keep it super affordable, and that's, $19.99 was the number that it makes it work for everything. Like, yeah. So I did not go to that number lightly. There's a reason. I know that it could be cheaper. I get that. But again, I spent a lot of time in meditation, going back and forth with numbers, and I actually wanted it to be less. And Spirit was really like, don't do that to yourself. Like, the way that you are going with this group, and the things that you want, the like value that you want to provide for people, don't sell yourself short. And so I just went with that. So again, I mean, if that's the reason that you don't, I have no problem with that. I get it. Everybody has a budget. We all, I mean, but money's energy. And where you invest your money, you're investing your energy and your heart. So also think about that, right? Like, where do you want to invest your money? Where do you want to put that energy? Because that's what money is. It's just energy. Anyway, things to think about. I have no idea where I was. I know I was talking about Red Dragon Wave spell, but I don't even think I was there yet. Oh yeah. So we had the Red Eastern Castle of Turning. Again, that's that like tilling of the soil, like preparing the way. So we're going to be doing that for the next, what did I say, 44 days? And my math might be off. I apologize, but we're in that zone, right? So next is the moon. We just entered in, I think we're in the 4th day of the moon. We are the galactic moon of integrity. And again, we're in a galactic tone of creation today. So that's amplified. So that's super exciting. So the code keys of the of galactic tone are, let's see if I can remember, harmonize, model, and integrity. So those are amplified today. We're really amplifying the harmonization aspect and the modeling and the integrity, which is completeness. Integrity is wholeness. Integrity is like knowing who you are and what you're about, and not straying from that, especially when other people are like, yeah, I don't know about that. You can be like, okay, well, that's cool. You don't need to know. I know. And I'm not saying that you got to be like on it, like in the know with me. I'm just simply saying, like, have integrity within yourself, like really like create and harmonize with your highest expression of self, your essence self, so that you know who the fuck you are, right? Like, there's no wiggle room. Like, that's integrity. That's that's wholeness and completeness, is when you're like, no, I know who the fuck I am, and I'm cool with you being who the fuck you are, right? Like, we're good. Like, I want you to be your own unique expression. I don't want you to be like me. God, the world would be so boring if we were all the same. But yet there's so many little like facets, right? Where everyone's like vying for, no, you need to think this way. Why? No, you need to think that way, and let me think this way. And can we just be okay with the fact that we think differently? Why does that make me a bad person? Because I don't think it makes you a bad person. I think it makes you different and unique and beautiful. Anywho. Gonna jump off that soapbox. I get a little amped up when I start talking about, because again, it's just so y'all. I want people to be true to themselves. I want you to, and I mean, again, I want people to be kind and compassionate and respectful of one another. But the reality is, I have to be okay with the people who aren't. I have to be okay with the people who are mean. I don't associate. Like, as soon as I find out that you're mean, you lack compassion, you're a liar, or you are disrespectful, I'm good. Like, I love you. You do you, but I'm going to remove my energy from that space and hope that like you continue along your path to like, I mean, I don't understand why we live in a world of duality, but I recognize that it's on purpose for a purpose and it's for all of our benefit. So whoever's in that space, like you're on a spiral, right? Like you're cycling around and maybe I just caught you on a bad day, right? I mean, whew, that's probably true more than anything, right? Like you're just in a bad energetic place today. Like I could meet you 4 days from now. It could be completely different. Why can't we hold space for that? Ugh, because we have this idea that first impressions are everything. You can't change. Bullshit. Yes, you can. I have never held people to their first impression ever. And I don't know why. I'm just, that's who I am. I'm just like, hey, I have good days. I have bad days. I bet other people do too. So I wouldn't want someone to judge me on one of my bad days for like everything. So why would I do that to somebody else? So that was just, I mean, I figured that out young, when I was real young. And that's just the way that I've operated. Good, bad, or otherwise, right? Like no, like I'm not better than or worse than. I'm just different. I'm just living living my life like all of y'all, hopefully. So yeah, we're in this galactic moon of integrity. We've cycled into the red dragon wave spell of again nurtures, being and birth, or birth and being. Yeah, nurtures, birth, and being. So really like sit with those words. Like what ideas and associations bubble up for you? What are you again, like what do you need to nurture the seed that you want to plant? Who do you need to be to birth that thing into the world? Such good questions to ask, like frequently, right? Because we change, we're spiraling, right? Like we're spiraling around and around and around. So we're going to come back around to similar things. So it's in line with that integrity is constantly like making sure, like, am I walking in integrity? Do I still think and believe what I thought and believed yesterday? What did I learn? How can I grow from that? Like, I don't want to be stuck. Like, I don't want to be thinking and I want to change. I want to grow. I want to develop. I don't want to be the same. No, thanks. That's not, nope. And I hope y'all don't want to either. So that brings us to today. Yay, Yellow Galactic Star Day. I'm going to read about the yellow star, the 8th solar tribe that through the 20 that we have. So yellow star, yellow is tied to the direction south. So behind me, and the code key ripens. So something is ripening and coming into fruition for you today, whether it's mentally, maybe something in your mental body like locks in and you're like, oh, yes, like an epiphany, right? Like, okay, I get it. Like, I finally think that I get that thing, right? Not again, you're probably going to cycle back around to it because it still has lessons for you. I mean, generally, at least it does. That's what I find. But something is coming into fruition, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, I don't know what that would be really. Healing, maybe maybe a healing is coming into fruition physically, where like maybe you've had some like nerve pain and it's like cycled through and you're going to like step out of that, right? Like, may it be. If that's you, gosh, I really hope that that's happening for somebody out there. That'd be awesome. Because nerve pain is like tooth pain. It's constant and ugh, I don't wish that upon anyone. Or something energetically, right? Like maybe something shifts for you that you're not even consciously aware of. It's on this like deep seated level but it's happening. Like we're in this day of ripening. Something is coming into fruition. And if you want to know what that is, I have no doubt in my mind that you will tell you if you carve out the time and space and ask the question like, hey, what in my life is ripening today? I'm really curious, and see what comes up for you. The code keys for Yellow Star are beautifies, elegance, and art. The quote comes from Mishu Suma. Quote, may we develop our awareness of the countless beautiful things in everyday life. For every phase of beauty contributes to the expansion of spiritual upliftment and understanding. End quote. And again, that was Mishu Suma. Yellow Star is an agent of harmony, keeper of the octave, a way shower, a star seed, a messenger declaring art as creator's omnipresent gift. Art is how we greet the day, how we respond and interact to the elements in our lives. As a dimension of being and acting, art exists as a universal opportunity for creativity, innovation, and expression. Each of us adding to the blank canvas of the moment. Art bears the language of the soul, transparently revealing our divine essence. Art, like the realm of beauty, is naturally occurring, enhanced with intention, is unlimited with its appearances and manifestations, transcends definition, and is measurable by feelings and insight it provokes. In essence, art, beauty, and elegance are vibrational emanations produced by beneficial combinations emerging from mindful synthesis. Love that idea. Yellow Star transmits delight in the beauty of your expression. I'm going to say your unique expression, right? Explore your creative tendencies. Allow the aesthetics of nature to inspire your inner artistic sight and sense. Wield the radiance of the star and light up your outer world from within. Let your love light shine from within. Light up the world. Allow grace and harmony to guide your path. Nothing you do is outside the art of your life. The last quote is by Khamalu. Quote, when we contemplate life through the eyes of purity, everywhere we look, we see beauty. It could be Chamalu, Khamalu, depends on the origin of the word, right? All right. Now we're going to go to the tone 8. I just put it together that Yellow Star is the 8th solar tribe, and we're on the 8th tone of creation day. It's pretty cool. I'm not sure how often that happens. So we're on a double 8 day too. 8. The number 8 always reminds me of infinity. I can't think of 8 and what that means in numerology. I might dig into that today because that 8 is amplified as well, right? Maybe there's a message in that for someone. Or if you know, like, put it in the comments. Like if you are into numerology and you know the meaning of the number 8 and or some of the like attachments to that number, please share. Let us know. Let the community know because it's escaping me right now. Yeah. The code keys of tone 8 or the galactic tone I shared with the galactic moon. I'm going to do it again. Harmonize, model, and integrity. The quote comes from Hazrat Inayat Khan, and it is, quote, what is the best way to take in everyday life to lead one to life's ideal? The best way is to consider harmony as the first principle to be observed. That in all circumstances and situations and conditions, one should try to harmonize with one's fellow creatures. Harmony is the most essential thing in life. In plain words, inharmony attracts inharmony, whereas harmony attracts harmony. End quote. So it brings me back to when I was reading about this for the galactic moon. I remember kind of getting a little like, I was like, I don't know how I feel about that, to harmonize with one's fellow creatures. Like, I do believe that there are things that we energetically don't want to harmonize with, correct? But I really was like, well, wait a second though. Like, when you create a harmony, not everyone is singing the same note, right? Like, they all like come into an affinity or a vibe, like a harmonious vibration, right? So for whatever reason, like, we need all the parts, right? Like, we don't necessarily have to like all the parts, because they might make us feel some type of way, uh, but we need them. I feel like I don't fully understand that. I don't pretend to understand the mystery of this world. However, for whatever reason, like, that's the balance. Now, do I think and believe that we are on a different trajectory and we're gonna like roll out of that and into, yes, I do. But what that looks like or how long it's gonna take, no idea. But yeah, I think that the more that we can harmonize with our own highest expression of self, again, like, you're gonna begin to attract and that those who are in that same, right, so to speak. So I really think, like, no, you can harmonize with, oh no, it says my connection's unstable. Okay. No, it says my connection's unstable. Okay. I think I just had a blip. So you can harmonize with like lower vibrate, like, you can stay high vibration and still harmonize with those lower tones, right? Like, you can be in a higher octave and vibrate and harmonize with the lower octave, right? Like, does that kind of like, that was the idea that I was driving in my car and I was all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, duh. That makes perfect sense. Anyway, thought I'd throw that. I think I mentioned it a couple days or like the day after, but I thought I'd throw it out there again since we're in the galactic tone and it makes sense to do so. All right, having explored the distinct resonances carried by subtle vibrations, we can focus on harmonizing, generating a pleasing combination of elements. Whether this means establishing inner harmony or in relationship with others, Tone 8 calls us to align our conduct with our integrity, that we may genuinely model the truths and ideals we believe in, right? Like, that's the integrity aspect. Like, genuinely model your truths and ideals that you believe to be true, right? That's integrity. One definition of the code integrity is the state of being whole or undivided, completeness, as modeled by the harmonious whole of the galaxy. This tone reminds us integrity requires consistency, unwavering adherence to the wisdom and grace of our personal values. Additionally, harmonization requires not compromise, but pliability, willingness to bend, to meet others, to let go of personal attachments for the greater good. As we each uniquely stand as conduits of harmony, we act as mutual role models for one another, inspiring the establishment of galactic culture, actualizing the harmonious potential of our global society. Yay. So the end quote comes from Peace Pilgrim, and it is, quote, "Blessed are they who translate every good thing they know into action. Even higher truths shall be revealed to them." May it be. All right, so our daily affirmation is in the description box below. So again, if there's a couple things in there. Oh, shoot. There's a couple things in there that I want to just quickly take note of. If you want to get one of these calendars so that you can follow along with me, there's a link to affiliate link of Miss Cassia. She is a fellow YouTuber. She's the whole reason that I even know that this calendar and way of spiraling through time exists. And so I just want to give her a shout out. as often as I possibly can, especially during these videos. And her channel is Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. I encourage you to check it out. She's amazeballs. You can click on that link if you want to know your own galactic signature. So again, I'm a white spectral wizard, and I found that out through going to the 13moon.com website and learning my own galactic signature. And that was sort of the initiation point for all of this. So I invite you to do that. And then the affirmation that I'm going to read is in the description box, so you can follow along with that. But there's also a link to the Red Dragon Wave Spell like daily breakdown. And we're going to take a deeper dive into Yellow Star. And it's in at the astrodreamadvisor.com. It's on the astrodreamadvisor.com website that's linked in the description box. So if you want to open up a new window and go there, then you can read along after I read the affirmation. I'm going to dive into that, so you can get that queued up and ready if you like to follow along with things, because sometimes that helps to like really like as you hear it and see it, it really anchors it in. And writing it down is the next way to like really like imprint that information and code it into you. Okay. The daily affirmation for Yellow Galactic Star is, I harmonize in order to beautify. Modeling art, I seal the store of elegance with the galactic tone of integrity. I am guided by the power of free will. And again, that comes from today's power, which reminds me of something else I wanted to initiate today. But today's power is guided by free will. So this is the calendar day, right? Guided by free will for the Yellow Galactic Star. So this is the yellow star glyph. And then this is the notation for the tone 8. The rectangle or bar it represents 5, the number 5. And then each dot is 1. So you have, 5 plus 3 is 8. But something else I wanted to initiate today that I have not been doing is right here. Each day is associated with a chakra. And today's chakra is the sacral chakra, which is the second chakra. And so I wanted to do this at the beginning, and I just launched into my day this day. So, but here we go. We're going to do it right now, because now is as good a time as any. In fact, it's all we have. So I'm going to ask you to take your 2 hands and place it just below your, but honestly, what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to kind of close your eyes and say, okay, I want to put my hands over my sacral chakra. And wherever your hands land, trust that that's pretty close to where your second chakra is, the sacral chakra. And I just want us to have our hands on our sacral chakra, and we're going to take 2 slow, deep breaths into that space. So really like pretend or imagine that you're breathing into your sacral chakra. Here we go. Fill that space with orange light. Really amp and power it up. Yes, your sacral chakra is connected to your creativity, your passions, your relationships with people. So it's a pretty powerful center within our body. So I just want to take a minute to just give a little bit of attention. And I hope to do that every day moving forward, whatever the chakra is on that day. I'd like us to give it just a little bit of attention moving forward. So thankful that I was reminded to do that. We're going to dive into the Astro Dream Advisor. So if you wonder why I do this, it's so that my phone can see my face, so it logs me in. Otherwise, I have to type in my code, which works too. But anyway, okay, so day 8, the question for today, how do I resonate harmoniously with the new golden octave or the new energy of Earth? Oh my goodness. My dogs. I'm sure another dog, probably Pepper. There's another neighborhood dog that walks by and they freak out anytime Pepper goes by. Hey, Knock it off. Oh, mystic. Okay. Yellow star qualities. Way shower. Harmony. Mystic. Oh my goodness. She's mouthy. Okay. I thought it was really interesting. I was reading Yellow Star and reading the Galactic Tone. Both of them mention harmony. So like here we are, like harmony is really like coming up a lot today. So harmony, beneficial combinations. Take that for what it is, for whatever it's worth, right? I just wanted to point out, like that word has really been prevalent today. Way shower, harmony, beneficial combinations, expanded love, elegance, mystical visionary, starseed, octave, clear perspective, mind of light. I really love that. You are a starseed. You contain a holographic seed packet of your evolution into the mind of light and the energy that directs you toward wholeness. This resonance offers an expanded view of the larger self and new ways of perceiving reality. Through self-acceptance, you are gifted with this journey. Yellow star is ignition. Like a cosmic milkweed explosion of resonant sparks, it is the launching pad from which you can hear the rumble of the rocket of your accelerated evolution. Wow. I like the descriptive qualities of that. It's the launching pad from which you hear the rumble of the rocket of your accelerated evolution. Sign me up. Yellow star's star-seeded gift is the revelation of the harmony that unites all things. Instead of just aspiring to be harmonious, become harmony. Practice harmony, not just as an abstraction, but as a living reality. This practice blends different energies, thoughts, people, and processes. Act on intuitive guidance as to what to combine and when. As you begin to follow your heart, you will know the feeling of being on the return path to the stars. Yellow Star offers you the ability to hold a greatly expanded focus, a unity of awareness that encompasses aspects of the larger constellation of self. An example of this would be a simultaneous awareness of the desires of the existential self and the truth of the essence self. This star harmony encompasses the greatly enlarged perspective of your star-seeded self, the part within you that holds the potential of your greatest destiny. This is like, I set the intention within my harmonic vibrational attunement ensemble to harmonize with your highest expression. Like that's the energetics and the coding of that space. Harmonize with your unique highest expression, who you came here to be, beautiful love light, unabashedly, unapologetically, right? Be kind, but you don't have to apologize for who you are ever. And then the faster you love and accept who you are, like fully, completely, the happier and healthier you're going to become, the more integrity that you're going to have within you and who you are, right? Unlike the preceding 7 tones, which were separate and distinct, Yellow Star begins a more complex harmonic series as it completes the preceding octave. On a spiritual level, Yellow Star begins the development of higher being. May it be. The fundamental tones that occur in this series are of a more expanded frequency than those of the preceding 7 tones. In this new octave, there is alignment in the harmonies of Earth and the harmonies of the stars that are now being sounded on Earth. Yellow Star is the first in a series of star harmonies that evoke accelerated growth of the starseed potential within you. Yes, let's go. All right, beautiful love light. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for spending time with me again. It is our most precious and creative gift, and I'm so very thankful that you are here and listening and following along. I would love to get to know you, share thoughts and ideas and things that come up with you in the comments if you feel inspired to do so. Reach out to me. There's other ways to connect with me in the description box below. If you would like to, if you got value from this, if you like this content, if you wouldn't mind, just clicking the thumbs up, or even subscribe to my channel. And if you want to get notified when I go live, there's a bell that you have to, click on or tap, whichever the case may be. But yeah, I just love the fact that you're here. Thank you for being here. Truly, I appreciate you more than you know. I love you. I truly, deeply love you. And until we meet again, beautiful love light, do me a favor, please. Go shine your beautiful love light out into the world authentically, unapologetically, unabashedly. Shine that starseed love light that's inside you. I love you so much, beautiful love light. See you next time.